Jailbreak has a very clear progression path. Grind money to afford faster and more expensive vehicles. But what do you do when you've got the best stuff? Grinding seasons can be boring, so players often end up falling into one of 10 categories. Please like and subscribe, and comment if you fall into any of these categories. So with that said, let's start with the casual player. The casual does what it says on the tin. These kind of players tend to do typical jailbreak activities at a slower pace. They typically don't own many vehicles, only obtainables such as the Vault Bike or Roadster, and use weapons like the shotgun and AK-47. Casual players are often quite toxic, as the majority of these people are kids who watch YouTubers like My Username's This and learned his toxic gameplay style. Children usually can't handle being arrested and tend to spam things such as camper or hacker. The tryhard. The tryhard players are usually highly skilled and only use top tier vehicles such as the drone and Vault Bike. They tend to be a more extreme version of the casual player in the aspects of toxicity, being more likely to say phrases such as easy and trash. Tryhards usually have north of 30 million cash and use more meta guns in combination with each other, such as the sniper, flintlock, and revolver. These players tend to be the most insufferable kinds of players, as sometimes they target cops or criminals just because they lost once. Tryhards most often play on criminal team and are more likely to have high-level hyperchromes. Police team tryhards often use game mechanics in combination to arrest criminals easier, such as using energy drinks and gliders in the bank to speedrun bounty hunting. The PvPer/crew battler. These players are usually better to avoid entirely as a casual player. PvPers, and well, formerly crew battlers, are the sweatiest and most toxic players the game has to offer. Ironic, seeing as though Asimo sees them as the opposite. These players take the game to the extreme, often having over 100 million cash, and prioritize fighting others over actually playing the game. PvPers often join external servers on Discord to communicate with other PvPers. These players are usually bad people, as they use slurs and often involve themselves in hacking. This is where a PvPer is outnumbered and being arrested so much that instead of leaving the game, they tend to call in a hacker. Sometimes they even use an alt account to hack themselves, simply to get back at casual players who bested them. With that said, PvPers tend to play in groups. Not often are they alone in a server by themselves. PvPers are also the most likely group to abuse glitches and exploits out of all the other categories listed in this video. While glitching is less of an issue post the Epic Tank update, there are still some small ones that slip through the cracks. The role player. The roleplayers in Jailbreak range from simply a crew with a certain theme, to dedicated Discord servers who organize events and have strict rules. Roleplay in Jailbreak tends to be more focused on self-imposed rules rather than pretending to be a nice happy family in an apartment. The best example I can think of would be the Jailbreak County Sheriff's Office, or JCSO for short. They are a group of police team mains who do scheduled patrols in their Discord server, where players can join and work their way through a simulated American law enforcement agency. They have strict rules on what you can or cannot do during patrols, such as the type of vehicles you use, following traffic laws, when you can use lethal weapons, wearing uniform, what you can or cannot say in voice chat, and overall enforcing a code of conduct. Back to roleplayers as a whole. RPers often have the most fun in-game, as they don't follow the game's intended progression system and are almost always playing with friends to heighten the experience. On a side note, I will leave the invite to the JCSO Discord and a link to their Twitter account in the description if you are interested in joining them. It's open to everyone and I would definitely give it a go. So yeah, that concludes the video. Like and subscribe and comment again what type of player you think you are. Thank y'all, I'm Mask, have a good day, goodbye.